6 people have died after a monster swell slammed into the New South Wales coastline over the long weekend, with wild waves soaring over 5 metres high. Surf Lifesaving New South Wales has since declared it the worst Easter in years, as they continue to warn beachgoers to remain vigilant, with dangerous surf conditions set to return later this week. Well, for more, we're joined by CEO of Royal Lifesaving Society Australia, Justin Scarr. Good morning to you. 6 lives in just 3 days. Is it right to call this the worst Easter ever?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been particularly tragic in New South Wales. On average, we see 6 people drowning each and every Easter period, but usually that's spread across the country and across many waterways. These drownings have been really focused on rocky headlands, people falling from rocks, either swept away by waves or while rock fishing.
Why do you think so? Why do you think so many people are being swept off the rocks?
Yeah, look, Friday was a significant day in terms of hazardous coastal conditions. The waves were extreme. Actually, the waves were double extreme. And you imagine on Friday, many people had booked in days before that they were going fishing with friends, or perhaps they were going for a bushwalk. So there were just so many people around those waterways, and the conditions were treacherous.
Seeing the shots of that rescue helicopter airlift, airlift that teenage boy out of the water, I think unconscious, after the dad had passed away. That was just such a tragic thing to have happened, obviously. What's your message here?
Yeah, look, it's a time to reflect on just how important those surf lifesavers and those rescue lifeguard services are, and the helicopter service has been around for generations in many respects. Drowning prevention starts at home, and it starts back in communities inland. We've got a significant problem with the diversity of our suburbs. People really need to understand not just basic water safety messages, but have the skills to make sensible decisions, and often that is before they leave home for a day like that.
So we all know our coastlines, and often there are really flat, massive bits of rock that you may have fished on before and you think it might be fine. How do you tell?
Well, you need to. Surfers were looking at that swell very, very closely for days before it came. So there's really great fishing education that goes on. Those fishing education programs run by Surf Lifesaving with the Fisheries Department have been really vital, and they need to happen more often. People talk about safety equipment, but they also need to check the weather conditions. But of course, it's school holidays right across the country in many places. So we're seeing people taking extended holidays. We really need to start focusing on drowning and drowning prevention in inland waterways, and also people watching their children constantly.
And the weather has been so beautiful. I guess so many people out. Justin, we thank you very much.
Thank you
For your time today. Here's David.